Hi guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. I'm filming in sort of awkward lighting, so bear with me if I look a bit funny. But today I am going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I think that's what it's called. I know that this tag has been around for quite a while now, but I never got the chance to do it, so this year is the year. I also haven't filmed a video in quite some time, so I feel a little awkward in that sense as well, so just bear with me. But let's get right into it. So funny thing is, for the first half of 2017, which sounds crazy already, I don't know how we're in the seventh month of this year, I've only actually read 8 books, which really isn't anything, but I think it sort of worked out in my favor, maybe, just to answer these questions. Some of these questions don't really have answers, but we'll get to them in a second. First question is, what is the best book that I have read for 2017? With this one here, I couldn't really decide between two. First being The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, and then the second one being All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. So these two books, I couldn't really choose between them. It was one of those decisions where, because of such different genres, written for different audiences, I felt like I can mention both of them and it would be fair. So with The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, the story centers around the family of Ava Lavender and the past two generations before hers, where when it comes to men and relationships and love, they're pretty much cursed and nothing quite right comes out of it. And the story is told, and it is a really, really sad story, I'm not gonna lie, but it's also super heartwarming, super beautiful, and just really haunting. I've done a full review for this if you guys want to read it, so I'll leave links to everything that I will talk about in the description box below. That is why I really like this one, but I also really liked All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, because this is an historical fiction mainly for an adult audience, centered around World War II, where a blind girl and her dad is sort of on the run and trying to find security and safety, and the story itself really portrays how war affects, citizens, people like us, as opposed to sort of talking about the war and soldiers and fighting. And you can see the consequences that last over generations, not just within that moment. So these are my 2 picks for 2017 so far. The best sequel, and I think this one just wins by default, although I really, really do love it. The best sequel that I read in 2017 is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas, and this is because this is the only sequel that I've read this year. So this one is the latest addition to the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. The entire series is amazing, but I found that this book just opened up the world a lot more, and I really did like it. I know a lot of people had problems with this, and I can understand. There is a lot of controversy in this book, and there's a lot that she needs to sort of touch on in the next book, but I was captivated. I flew right through this and I really did enjoy it. A new release that I haven't read yet of 2017, I could probably list so many, but I'm going to choose Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This one here is a new release. I did pick it up sort of around the time that it was published, but I haven't touched it at all. I think it will be the next book that I read though, because I've heard so many people rave about it. I love Laini Taylor. One of my favourite series is by her, the Daughter of Smoke and Bones trilogy, but I have no idea what this is about. Next question would be the most anticipated release for the rest of 2017, and I've actually done a full video as well as a blog post around the final months of 2017 and what I'm anticipating the most, so I'll leave links to them down below as well. But one of them would probably be The Becoming of Noah Shaw by what's her face? Michelle Hodgkin. That's who it is. So Michelle Hodgkin wrote my favourite series pretty much besides Harry Potter. That's up there and cannot be touched. But The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer is one of my favourite series to read ever at the moment, and The Becoming of Noah Shaw is the side from Noah Shaw about the story. And I know that I'm probably going to be rereading points of views and things like that, but I just love Noah so much, and I love the series so much that I'm so excited that this is coming out. It's been 3 years in the making, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 2 years in the making, but it's such an amazing series, and I'm so excited this is coming out. Number 5 is the biggest disappointment of 2017, and this one hands down goes to Three Dark Crowns by Kandara Blake. I don't know what went wrong. Actually, I do know. I read a review about it, check it out. But I just could not like this at all, and I don't know if it's because the time that I was reading it was me getting into reading again, and I didn't feel like I was reading the right book for me, or I felt like YA wasn't sitting well with me. But I think it was the way that she wrote it, the characters, the context, even the pacing of the plot, just none of it worked, and that really put me off the entire book. I couldn't get into it. I finished it, but I just didn't think it was amazing, and it really disappointed me because I expected so much from this. The next question is the biggest surprise for 2017, and this isn't a book that was released in 2017. It was actually been released forever ago, but I've only just read it this year, and it is Looking for Ella Brandy by Melina Marchetta. And this one here really took me by surprise because I read it because everybody raved about it. A lot of my high school friends really liked it. It is an Australian classic that a lot of people read during their teen years. So I thought I'd check it out. You know, maybe I'd enjoy it, but I really loved it. I fell in love with it. It is a coming of age story about a girl who is growing up in Australia during a time where there are migrants or immigrants, but they're not really accepted in society and they're sort of outcasts. And it just talks about her finishing off high school, figuring out who she is, where she belongs, you know, who is she in this community, and like trying to figure out relationships between adults and her friends and boys and things like that. And I really enjoyed it. Again, review in the description box below. Next up is a difficult question to answer, and it is a favourite new author. And I would have to say maybe Anthony Doyle, who wrote All the Lights We Cannot See, but that's because all the other authors that I've read all the other authors that I've read for this year aren't new to me, or I didn't like their books. And I do like Anthony's the most, and All the Lights We Cannot See was his first book that I've read from him, so maybe I'll enjoy the next one. I don't think he's my favourite at the moment, but he's definitely a new author that I really want to check out. And then we have question number 8, and this is favourite new fictional crush. I don't have one. I don't think I've read anything so far where the male protagonist or any males in the book have taken me by surprise. So next, favourite character. So this would have to go to Marie-Laure. I think that's how you pronounce her name. It's a French name. Again, in All the Light We Cannot See. And she's a blind girl in the story. She's the protagonist, but she shows so much strength, so much resilience, so much courage. For a girl of 6, she's only 6 years old, and this entire novel is driven by her. Everything she does has so much conviction and so much passion, and I just feel so much for her, and at the moment she is an outstanding character to read from. Number 10 is a book that made you cry. Probably borderline All the Light We Cannot See / Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender again, but I don't really cry when I read books, to be honest, so I don't think those are acceptable answers either. Question number 11 though is a book that made you happy, and this would be a lot of them because I got to read and I experienced the emotion, but Looking for Ella Brandy is probably one of those that made me laugh, made me happy, was relatable, and I liked the ending because it gave a really good message to a lot of younger readers, especially female readers. So that made me really happy when I was reading that. The next question is the one that I'm most excited about, and is the most beautiful book that I have bought so far in 2017, and I have 3 nominations for this. The first one being 3 Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. I don't like the book, but I do really like the cover. I like the way that it's designed, the crown in it, the rose, the colouring to it as well, so the colour scheme. So I really like that. Then I also really do like the Strange and Beautiful Sorrows Ava Lavender's cover. I like the simplicity of it. I like the colour as well, the detailing in the colour, and the blue stands out, but it's the rose gold detailing around the leaf that really makes it stand out to me. And then lastly would definitely be The Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This one is just beautiful. Let me take the sticker off. Ta-da! Again, it would be the detailing in the illustrations and the colours and things like that. But the navy and the gold is beautiful. So pretty, so pretty. Lastly would be books that I need to read by the end of 2017, and I actually also have a video out listing the winter TBR for this year, and I think those are really all the books that I want to power through in the next 3 months and more, because I probably won't finish them all. But the number one thing would have to be this one here, and it is George R.R. Martin's A Storm of Swords Part 1, Steel and Snow. This is the third book to this entire series. The reason being is because I've had this series for probably 3 years now, maybe 2, and I still have not gone past anything. I still don't know what's going on. I probably don't remember what the first and second book is like, but I really need to continue with this series. So this is something that I am wanting and willing myself to finish by the end of 2017. That is everything for this tag video. If you guys have done the video, if you have any different answers to these questions, basically what's your favorite book so far for 2017, leave a comment down in the comment box below, and I would love to check it out. Otherwise, I think that is everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!